Welcome to Plant City Bonsai Summer Video. My name is Steve Craddy, and today I'll be talking about all the exciting things that are happening here. It's so timely to do this video now. We just received about a 300 tree group of trees from Oregon that you won't see anywhere else, and today we'll be talking about those. I want to just start out very casually. When you have a nice setup that you're proud of at home, where you have your trees set up at eye level, and whether it be on your deck, patio, or whatever, and you're getting ready to feature those for a party. It's common Japanese knowledge that about a half hour before your company is about to arrive, wet everything down. It will make everything look incredible. It'll make your awesome trees more awesome. It'll make your so-so project trees look beautiful. So just to demonstrate, this is what we do every time we have a little get-together here, and it just makes a world of difference presentation. I prefer the watering device I'm using. I now sell. I've been selling it for years. It's the 1,000-hole water nozzle by Dramm. It's awesome. It makes the water almost comes out like rainfall. Perfect for watering your bonsai trees. And just to give you, that was like 2 or 3 minutes of wetting things down, and I just think it looks so much more beautiful. In front of me is one of the new groups of pre-bonsai plant materials. These are from the West Coast. I try to choose ones that would survive in our zone, and I think I've done a pretty good job of that. But these are just excellent trees to start out with. Here's an example. I have not pruned that one bit. It's a new concept it's offered where they're already cleaned out. You can actually see what you're getting when you're at the store selecting. This is actually one of the new varieties of Mugo Pine. And always one of my most popular requested trees, and mainly larger sizes, is Shimpaku Juniper. And these are just excellent little beginners of Shimpaku. All bendable, very trainable. In the forest, hemlocks are endangered. In fact, in the Blue Ridge, they're practically gone. The good news is we can have hemlocks in bonsai form because the problem is very solvable if the tree is small enough to be treated. I'm referring to the woolly aldigid, and this is a dwarf hemlock. It's one of my favorites. It's called Jervis, and I've put these in gardens as well as done them as bonsai, and it's a very dependable tree. One of my most requested plants that I usually have the same thing to say that I never have them are starter plants in the form of Japanese 5-needle pine. This is a beautiful, affordable beginning for a 5-needle pine. Love the blue foliage, and each one of these, I've noticed the branching is just very cooperative. So it's a great way to begin your 5-needle pine bonsai. Included in this fairly large group of plants from the West Coast, I love Japanese maples and everything that's sort of different and charming for gardens, and I still love doing gardens. And my salesman friend recommended that I try this very wispy Western weeping cedar. It's a gorgeous plant, and the way we use these, I think the most ideal way to use them is to skirt a boulder. And to me, it connects the boulder more to the landscape, and it softens. It helps soften the whole look all around, and they're just so beautiful. And unlike junipers that are, aggravating because they're always picking you, it's just soft and pleasant to touch. Hopefully, everyone viewing this video will be able to come to Plant City this summer. If you are able to, when you first arrive, you'll walk down a pathway where we'll always be featuring a couple of trees that are really looking awesome, like this beautiful ancient Japanese white pine. White pines are notorious for their bark remains kind of smooth and silvery for many, many years. Notice how the bark on this tree is rugged all the way to the top. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, healthy bonsai. It flowered out beautifully this spring. There's lots of goodies in here to talk about. The tree that I was headed to show you is a Chinese Wysteria, and it bloomed a profuse bloom cycle in the spring, and we're catching it a little bit late, but it's actually already put out a second bloom cycle. And typically I will get about an August bloom cycle, so that means this tree is going to bloom 3 times this year, which is like unbelievable for Wysteria. Gorgeous tree. And I think age makes a big difference. This tree is probably 75 years old. It takes a long time for a Wysteria to form a single trunk like that. Finally, we have a group of fairly mature pre-bonsai Shimpaku that are fairly reasonably priced. They're very slow growers. And I'm very proud to offer this group. The numbers are real good. There's single trunks, multi-trunks. All of them have a unique character. They're gorgeous. It's been forever since I had a nice group of affordable pre-bonsai Shimpaku. This season we do. Bought these back in the winter, and I'm real pleased at the way they're flushing out with beautiful green growth. They're all just super healthy, and they just have tremendous character. And there's just about any style you could be looking for. Single trunks, multi-trunks. Beautiful single trunk idea right here. It's great movement, and just waiting to be taken to the next level. 22 years ago, I planted this Shimpaku juniper. It was about the same size. It has not grown. Very old trees grow very slowly, and it is Shimpaku. Had a very unique arrangement. One of my clients had a swimming pool. In the middle of the swimming pool there was an island, and we planted this Shimpaku there, and it's lived there for the 22 years. Unfortunately, I lost contact with the client due to everybody being busy, and so it sort of needs some TLC. I put it in a bonsai pot. It's very happy now, but check out the character of this trunk. It's like quite unbelievable. We don't see anything like this available in my bonsai world, and my client's tickled that we've saved it for him, and it'll be going home in just a few days. This is a Sharp's Pygmy Japanese Maple. We love these trees because they have very, very user-friendly branching. So many Japanese maples throw curve balls with the way they branch habit. This particular tree is excellent because the size and scale of the branches is so perfect for the size of the tree. I just potted it this season in this sort of a Baltic blue pot, and I think it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, oversized a little bit. It is oversized, but these are thirsty guys, so it's a safe pot for a specimen tree. Another group from the West Coast delivery is a group of Japanese maples. I think we have around 10 different varieties. I think 8 of them came in. I have 2 to come later. A favorite for the last 2 years is kind of a new guy on the block. It's called Mikawa Yatsubusa, and we have larger ones of these. As they grow, like if you put this in the ground for 5 years, you're going to see amazing things. It's just a beautiful habit tree. The foliage is gorgeous. Something we always, everyone wants a Dissectum candidate for bonsai, and this is a beauty. Orngeola. People who are maple connoisseurs consider this the best for fall color of all the Japanese maples. This one's called Autumn Moon. I use these in gardens in large form. This next variety is called Katsura. As these grow, they're sort of like the Sharp's Pygmy. They're going to give us a very pleasant branch habit that's very user-friendly for bonsai. Another beautiful fall color tree. I just love having these. Hope you can come by and check these out. In the last video, that's been a long time ago, I talked about this tree. It's a Corkbark Japanese Elm, and it's quite a beautiful tree. The bark is absolutely gorgeous on it. This tree, if it could talk, it could tell you lots of stories in its development. The grower who I purchased it from, it was already around 40 years old when he acquired it. It's just such an amazing feat. In this room here, we have arrangements showing some like a trident maple forest. It was done around 20 years ago. Korean hornbeam, which I wish I had many of. Here's a beautiful candidate in sort of a twisted, windswept fashion. Other forms of trident maples that are just now beginning to start to think about being worked on. I just cut this trident back. For those of you who don't know what trident maples do this time of year, you better have nice, user-friendly trim shears that are comfortable, because you're going to be doing this 3 or 4 times. We're getting ready to do this one today, actually. Awesome thing about this particular tree is whoever buys this tree will probably have the nicest potential trident maple shohan size around. Check out the nabari of this tree. It is absolutely awesome. There are no large scars. You can't tell that without coming here and looking at it or trusting my description. But everything is correctable on the tree to be the best. Another very fine candidate. We still enjoy our apple trees. The crab apples, the 250 tree group is now down to 50. There's still some very nice ones available. This is a Hokkaido Elm. Very slow grower. They look like something from Jurassic Park in their growth habit. There's actually another one as we turn the corner here to mention. In back of this gorgeous coastal redwood. I have to have, if I can't go to the redwoods, or if I can't live in the redwoods, let me word it that way, I'm going to have them around me one way or the other. And that is the coastal redwood. That's the real deal. When you're in the forest and you're standing next to one of these 1,000-year-old trees and you look up, it's dark, canopy's dark, but you can't really see the first limb. It's so high up. Here's another Hokkaido elm. Look at the personality this tree has. Most of the growth is on the very top, and this is a tree that if it's with me, it will take years to get this brought into more of a scale. It's very difficult to make that happen. Lots of patience. Here's a smaller one. That's actually looking very nice. Look at the size of the leaf. That is the full mature leaf. Hokkaido is the smallest leafed elm in the world. These are some examples of some pre-bonsai that we're offering. This is a collected hackberry, very old plant. Has a large hollow spot in the middle of its trunk. Fun project. I know we mentioned this tree. I think it was in the green. I know it was in the greenhouse when we did the video. This is an Orngeola dwarf schefflera, and now that we have it potted and happy, check out the the root display. If any of you have a large display space, this would just be an awesome piece to have in a garden room. I took this from the pre-bonsai form, picked out what I thought was the best front. In fact, I repotted it twice as I was deciding what was the best front. Look at the size of the base of this Olia Europa. And I did it mainly because to put this branch in place, but to show the best zigzag movement that I could. And this is just such a beautiful tree. If you've ever grown these from raw material, you really appreciate with one of these. This came from Mr. Ishii in California, and it's kind of like a Kingsville. If you want a very, very fine tree, you better buy a very, very fine tree. They don't change that much. This is my old trident maple that I harvested 3 years ago from a landscape. Was in a garden setting for 8 years. Before that, it was in a bonsai setting for many, many years before that. When I acquired it, it took it 2 years to become happy back in a pot situation. It's there this year. It's probably my most admired bonsai at this time. The branch development is just grand, and I know it's had probably 500 pictures already taken of it. So come on, take a look at this one. It'll inspire you to do trident maples. Thank you so much for viewing this video, and I look forward to talking to you soon, or hopefully seeing you here at my nursery.